got to.
Alright, what is up YouTube? East Coast Octane here. First off, thank you so much to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys viewing my channel. I know a lot of it's because of the Civic video. Everybody loves the Civic. And there will be more videos of that. I'm going to be talking about that in this video. Anyway, again, thank you so much for all the support. I mean, the kind words, everything, it's great. And I really appreciate it, guys. So in this video, I'm going to try to take an opportunity to answer some of the questions that I've been kind of repeatedly getting in comments. And even some messages and stuff where people are asking similar questions. Let's get through this light. It is not going to change for me. So anyway, yeah, the main one is everybody wants to know about the exhaust setup, which is great. I will gladly do a full video going in depth on the exhaust setup. It's a full custom setup. I welded it all together myself. I designed it. I picked all, well, designed it, that's a rough term. I picked all the components and welded it together kind of to make it what I wanted it. And so I will go in a little more in depth into what I did for that. I'll do a whole video on that, so it's a good one. Another thing a lot of people have asked about is my headlights, or more specifically the headlight bulbs that I'm using. They're LED H4s. I've put a link to them in the Sleeper Civic video. I'll put a link to them in this video. It's not exactly the ones I got, but it's really freaking close to the ones I got. It looks like about the same thing. The seller on Amazon that I use doesn't sell them anymore, so I can't tell you exactly which ones I got. The other question I've gotten quite a few times is how much did I actually spend on the swap? And that, I mean, that's kind of two different things, because I spent a certain amount doing the entire car and then a certain amount just doing the swap. We'll start with just the swap. And please keep in mind, to do a K-swap, you do not have to spend as much money as I did. But for the power goals I wanted, and I wanted the engine that I have, which is kind of an obscure engine that is hard to come across, and you have to pay a little more to get it. And then you do have to buy some slightly different mounts and stuff to make it work, and a little more troubleshooting along the way. So for my Euro R motor, I spent, I think, around $5,000, which included motor, the transmission, the ECU engine harness, the charging harness for that engine. So with that, I got a set of chromoly axles, the swap mounts, the ECU came with it, all that stuff came with it. So it basically was just the hard parts. The nuts and bolts for the swap is what I got there. That was $5,000, including shipping. I went through H Motors online. If you've been working on Hondas, you've probably heard of them, and they do an awesome job. They'll work with you, give them a call, tell them what you're looking to do. I mean, they didn't pay me to say that. I've gotten several motors from them, and it's always a good experience. So you do pay a little bit more, but you know what you're going to get, and you're going to get a motor that actually works. Okay, so outside of the swap, the entire build. So I already had the car, I already had some stuff on the car, but I spent about $12,000, which I am fully aware that I could have spent $12,000 and had a insanely fast Civic, right? But that was not what I was trying to build. I was trying to build something that I can drive on the street comfortably, a pretty much stock engine in it, like modified with bolt-ons. So I spent that much money because I wanted cruise control on it, because I wanted air conditioning, because the entire interior I wanted to be insulated, and a few other things. So I spent about $12,000, and of course that included upgrades to the security system, that included the sound system, the suspension, tires, all kinds of good stuff in there. Alright, so now you know about how much I spent on it. Again, if you want to do a K-swap, you don't have to spend as much as I did. If you just want a K, if you want a regular RSX Type S K-swap, you can get away with spending a lot less than I spent. So the next thing is I do have some updates, and that is the car has been dyno tuned, and I have video, at least a short clip I shot on my phone that I'm going to throw in here. Let's go ahead and show that because everybody likes a nice dyno pull. Here it is. Alright, and the numbers, I'll try to put the dyno graph on the screen or something. But yeah, so the numbers look pretty good. This was done on a Mustang dyno. Mustang dynos are kind of known as the heartbreak dyno. They're very consistent, but they read a little bit lower than most other dynos. So on a Mustang dyno, I was putting down 208 horsepower and then 152 foot-pounds of torque. The torque curve, I'm sure I'll have that on the screen, looks great. I mean, peak super early, and we just carry the torque all the way to red line, which is fantastic. Wondering the conversion on a dyno jet, that's about 232 horsepower, around there. So that was my goal, was to hit around 230, and I mean, I'd say it was pretty much successful. On a Mustang dyno, it doesn't say so, but it has plenty of power, feels really good. The other thing, I did not get to do a pull with the dump closed. We were having some troubles with the dump, and we ended up having to leave the dump open the entire time. But I will say, just driving around, it feels like you're getting some better low-end torque with the dump closed, and then of course the top end is much, much better with the dump open. Alright guys, well again, I really appreciate the support. It has been fantastic watching the number of viewers go up. We're going to turn around here, aren't we? I do want to say thanks for all the comments too. If you have questions that I have not answered, feel free to put them in the comments. If I don't answer you directly in the comments, it could be a bunch of things. One, I might just not see your comment. I know I've missed some. I'm definitely not ignoring you. And the other thing might be I'm going to answer it in a video that's coming up. So in that case, look out for future videos. If you have like a specific question about maybe a build that you're doing or something, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I answer specific questions way quicker there because they, ping my phone a little different than the YouTube comments. I've already had a few people take advantage of that and met some cool guys making some pretty cool cars. I do have some really cool stuff coming up. There will be more of the car. I also have some crazy bike things coming up, some new things on this bike. I've got some other bikes maybe we need to start looking at. So lots of videos coming up. I just got to make the time. I'm gonna make more time for you guys. I'm gonna put some more videos up for you. So hopefully we'll have some good stuff coming up for this channel. Alright, well I will see you in the next video. That was all you, buddy. You can't go now. Okay, now, go! Jesus Christ.